Hey, what's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music. Thanks for hanging out for another lesson. We're going to break down Remedy. It's open G tuning, lots of Keith Richards-y kind of stuff, and it's super fun to play. So let's zoom in and break it down. All right, we got to make sure our guitar is in open G tuning. We're not going to even use the lowest string in this song, but for open G tuning, and in case your finger hits one of the notes, we want to bring it down to D. Then you have the A string goes down to G. The D string stays the same. The G string stays the same. The B string stays the same. And the high E goes down a whole step to D. So when you strum the whole guitar, you get a G major chord. Now, when you have a guitar that's tuned to a chord, that typically means you can use one finger to play major chords up and down. For instance, if we go up to the 10th fret in this tuning and we just bar it from the A string across, remember, we're not going to use this low E that's been brought down to D, really. But if we just focus on the, 3 strings right here of it, that's a power chord instead of having to do a 2-finger thing. And so when you do it with 1 finger, you get this, Rolling Stones, Keith Richards vibe. It's the Keith Richards tuning. So that's a huge part of Rich Robinson's whole, bag is that vibe. But, raunchier than the Stones, and obviously. But so let's go up there. We're in the tuning. We're going to go right here on the 10th fret. Then we're going to go down to the 9th. Then we're going to go down to the 5th. And I'm going to show you all those, some of those really tasty nuances. But let's just get kind of the bones of it first. So 10, 9, 5. And when you hit that low chord, it's like a count of 6. If you get confused. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you do the same thing a whole step down. So we're 8, 7, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 5. 5, 5. 5, 5. I'm going to show you that. There's more to it than that. But just to give you an idea, that's the vibe. That's how you find your chords. But then there's just like this great little box and double stop thing that you can do on any of these bar chords. And he mixes it up quite a bit. So we basically learned the intro. And now when you're strumming, which is just, it's grooving, you kind of want that thing going on underneath. But it's still all just... And when that verse starts, it goes down to the 3rd fret. Baby, baby, why can't you sit still? And then, it's still just everything's revolving around that 1-finger bar chord in open G tuning. Let's go back to the beginning. 10, 9, da. Now we're going to do some of this stuff. you grab that 7th fret of the G string and you bend it while you're still strumming the chord, like. And then the other thing while you're strumming the chord is hammering on to the, a whole step up on the D string. And then you also have the double stop version of it where you hammer on with the middle finger, a half step up on the B string, and a whole step up on the D string like this. So you have the whole step up on the G with the ring finger. Same thing on the D string. Same thing on the A string, which has been tuned down. So any of those work in that box. Then you have a half step up on the B string. But typically that's with this double stop where you've got your ring finger on the D up a whole step from that bar and your middle finger up a half step from that. Whoops. I screwed up. So I did the D string one, and then a little bendy on the G. And there's lots of D string up a whole step. Because that's normally in standard tuning that blues thing that you have to stretch your fingers with. So the cool thing about that G tuning is you can do the one finger blues. I mean, instead of a stretch, you can do the. So when you add that into that intro, then the next one, he does a little lick where, and this works too, where you play your chord, so like the 3rd fret right now, then you add another Keith Richards thing. So from that bar, you go a half step up on the B string, and then now on the G string, it's a whole step up from the bar, and you pluck that G string, you pluck it and slide it up. Slide that G string back into that bar. So it's like. You hear that in Other Black Crows? It's all of that sounds all about this tuning. So from the top again. You can add your own vibe there, and then it goes up into the verse. So you need a strong chaka-chaka groove, and whenever that finger relaxes, that's when you get that percussiveness, like. And so then you've got, and he varies this, but you've basically got this. Where you're doing that B string and D string hammer on. What I like is, I like varying it, so I like going the double, but then just the D string, like. Because it's more emphasized, but sometimes you hear them both together. I like that. And then you do the same thing down a whole step. And so remember, it always starts with da da, with just the chord, then the thing. So baby, baby. Now we get to just use what we learned in the intro. If I come on like a dream, then the higher one. Let me show you what and then the lower one. You can add those kinds of things. And you do the higher one, 10, 9, 5. Into the chorus, and then that's pretty much it. So the chorus goes down to the 3rd fret, and that's kind of what we're thinking of the chorus in, is this key, which with this tuning that means this is a B flat chord, and that's a C. So the chorus is this one, 3 up to 6. Then the 1, then the 8, and it's just that bar chord, but we're going to add one of these on the 2nd chord of it. And then we're also going to go ba-da, and that's going to be the 8 to the 6. So 3, 6, 1, 8, 8 and 8, 6. And you know, you can add the variations to it. I mean, that is why we're in the tuning, is to be able to kind of add those really cool little rhythmic ideas. Keith Richards discovered it and never went back, really. He even clips, the top string off because he doesn't even use it. I mean, 90% of his playing, maybe. I don't know. You could argue with me on that, but so that chorus. And on the last one, you're right there on the 8, and then that becomes the top of the song again. Right into the next verse. So that really ends up being the whole idea of the song. The bridge, you don't have to learn anything new. It's actually just the chorus broken down with no guitar. But there's a standard tuning guitar. I believe Mark Ford was the one on this one. He's in standard tuning, so he's doing a whole different kind of bag of your more classic guitar playing stuff, like the lickage, the riffage, the shredditude. Let me go through it from the top, kind of slow. And we start right there on that 10th fret. Next one, whole step down. This weird thing, this the high one again. Whole step down. Just some normal. Now the verse up a whole step. right. Hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. Also, thank you again for supporting Marty Music. Appreciate you going over to martymusic.com, signing the newsletter. Thank you for that. And you can leave your requests in the comments below. Thanks for subscribing as well.